Hey, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm here with another video for you. This time I'm bringing you the November Bead Box Blushing Amethyst by the Bead Obsession. I haven't gotten my Bead Obsession box in a minute, so I'm gonna be having a good time with this one, especially because it has purple tones or amethyst. I'm going to go really quickly through this because I really want to come up with an earring design. I haven't made any earrings in a while, and so I want to come up with something really quickly and maybe make a pair or two or three. I don't know. I have to let the beads speak to me this morning. So really quickly, we've got our bronze washed mauve lilac Saturn beads in an 8x10. That's this one right here. Right, it's a very lovely bead with half and half with the lilac and the bronze on it. Absolutely gorgeous. Then we have our 6mm silver washed light pink fire polished cathedral beads, and those are magnificent, I tell you. This is a very nice box by the Bead Obsession. I really like it. I like it even more than the last one. These are the types of colors that speak to me. The other ones had like the oranges in them, still beautiful orange green, but you know, they're just outside of my comfort zone. But they're just gorgeous. This is a 6mm opaque lavender Lucerna bicone bead strand. Okay, then we have a 6mm transparent amethyst Lucerna bicone. Wait, did I get that right? No, I'm skipping one. Oh no, this is the 6x4 amethyst iris twisted rondelle bead. So you can see there's a little twist in there. Got a little flash to it. Then we have our 6mm transparent amethyst Lucerna beads. These are nice. Yeah. These are gorgeous. Okay. We have our 8mm bronze washed pink rosaline round rosebud beads. Okay, this is nice. It looks like little rosebuds in there with a little bronze wash on them. I don't know if you can see those really good, but they're beautiful. And then we have let's see, I'm missing something. Okay, the 4mm transparent amethyst round druck beads. Nice and dainty. Beautiful. And we have our 6x8 amethyst swirl fire polish rondelle beads. So as I'm going through these beads, I'm also thinking about what I could potentially do for earrings. I had this one particular design in mind, but I don't know if I can work it with this. I'm just gonna have to see. 10x8 pink Picasso luster washed alabaster pearl drops. Now, aren't those beautiful? They look like little eggs. They look like little eggs, Picasso eggs. They're so cute. Those would be really cute as the bottom drop on some earrings. Then we have a 17, no, these are the 7mm translucent light pink AB fire polish round beads. Look at that. Am I making you dizzy? The 17mm matte pink silk Slipperit laser etched dahlia coin bead. I think I've had these before. I must say that it is absolutely gorgeous with that etch on there. Yes. Yes. So pretty. 6mm. Let's see, 6mm mauve rose luster round drug beads. These are gorgeous. And then this is a metallic 8mm metallic pink washed rosewood faceted melon bead. I like that pink wash on it. I'm used to seeing like a metallic wash, but this time the wash is pink on the melon. I don't think I've had these before. And then they have that beautiful metallic on the outside. Wow, that's a beautiful bead. We have a 32-inch strand. Oh, wow, look at that. It's 32 inches long. It's a long strand of 6mm creamy white pearls, glass pearls. They're very nice. And then we have some gunmetal bicone spacer beads, which I won't take out. But you can see that they are spacer beads. I like that they sent us the gunmetal and the silver, because we always get gold and everything. And although I do like gold, sometimes I like a little silver and copper. And then we have the antique silver flower rondelle spacers here. Yeah, probably everybody has these. And I think we get something like that in the B-Box bargains if you get that one. Okay, so with all of that said, this is where we are with this month's box. The Bead Obsession is very reasonable. I think it's like $39 or something like that. It's a reasonably priced box for what you get. Very nice. So I'm gonna clear this up. I'm gonna come up with a plan, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I came up with something. I've seen this design before, so I wanted to try it today. So I did it, and I'm gonna show you what I did to get to that. Okay, so what I did was I went to the Jesse James Beads summer camp. I had a great time there, and they gave some pear wire. So I had some 16 gauge pear wire left. I don't want to say I'm not the biggest fan of pear wire. I do like pear wire, but it's dead soft, so you got to work hard in it. So I got my 16 gauge pear wire, right? And then I just took my one-step looper. This is just another piece that I had over here, a scrap piece. I'll show you what I did with my one-step looper. Let me get these out. So I took my one-step looper and I went on one side. This is the 3mm, and then I made my loops on each side. It's a little rough because this is 16 gauge, okay? It's a little rough, right? This is a scrap piece, so I'm just going to show you how I did this. And then I'm going to, this piece here is 4.5 inches. This is a 4.5 inch long piece here. So let me straighten it out. This is a scrap piece, this was one that I was working on for my prototype, but this piece is 4.5 inches. So I just did it right past the jaw here, just so that it could cut off this tip and then give me a loop. I gently squeeze, and then after I squeeze, I line up the loop, right? So that it is aligned in the middle of that circle. And then I have this, okay? And I have this on both sides. So then what I did was I took this mandrel, took the bottom off of it, and then I just put it around because I like this size of the mandrel, right? And then I got my nylon, my vinyl hammer, and it's not very loud, but I straightened out the end pieces with my loops, because these are the loops that I'm going to bend up. Okay, so I take my flat nose, and then I got right here, and then I bent up. So right where the cut meets the wire, I put my bent nose there, and then I used it to bend it up, okay? And then of course I'm gonna use it to straighten it out. You know, I just played with it, straighten it out, make sure that my loops on either side end up being straight, you know? And then after I play with it for a little while, it's okay, this is okay. See, this is okay because it's gonna go back on this thing again. Okay, then it was time to string my beads. Okay, so now I got that. Now what I did was I got a 24-inch long piece of 26 gauge wire. Right? Just making sure that these are straight, and don't worry because you have to kind of fool with them again. But eventually you do have to make sure that they're straight, okay? And then I looped around one end 7 times. It is a fidgety project, okay? It is extremely fidgety, at least for me. Okay, so I'm just gonna wrap around 7 times. The light makes it hard for me to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And squeeze them together. I'm gonna go once more. Okay. Trying not to get out of frame. Okay, so this is the side then. Get that out of the way. That I am going to string on my beads. And I'm gonna string on all 12 of these beads. These were the 4mm. They were the 6mm Rose Lush struck beads. So I'm going to string on all 12 of them. Okay. and it was super fidgety. So of course, you know, when you're doing the first earring, I don't know if you experience this, but typically when I'm fooling around with the first one, I'm figuring out my design in my head. I'm getting my hand-eye coordination right, all of that good stuff together, right? Then that's when it doesn't come out as neat and pretty. Plus, when you're filming, this is what happens to me. When I'm filming and then I pause it and say, I'll be right back, internally, I feel like I'm on a timer. Although you have no idea how long it's taken me to flesh out the design, internally, I feel like I'm on a timer. And then I feel like I'm being rushed, and I don't know how to stop that. Okay, okay. So now what I'm gonna do here on this side is I'm gonna bend right next to the bead. So when I do my bead kind of lies flush on the side, as close to the side as possible. And then I'm gonna loop my beads around to the other side. And I'm trying to get them a little bit tight, but you know, the beads are round, so they're not gonna lay exactly flat right now. So now what I'm gonna do is on this side, I'm gonna also wrap 7 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 'Kay, and then I'm gonna make sure that they're neat underneath, although I am covering them up. I'm gonna cover them up anyway. And I'm not trying to make it super neat on the sides either, because I want it to look, you know, a little messy on the side. So I want them to kind of, I mean, they're not completely organic looking, but I don't want them to be exactly perfect. So what I'm doing with this wire is I'm just making it go across those wraps. It's gonna get covered up anyway. And then I'm just going to follow the pattern of the beads. Like naturally you're gonna know where to turn. Then I'm going to go in between each one of these beads. Again, fidgety. That's probably why. It's because of the direction I'm holding my hand. Very fidgety. I want to make sure that it's even on both sides, so that's what you see me doing here. Is making it to where both sides be even. I'm not pulling this tight, I'm just wrapping it. Okay, so when I go around this side, I'm gonna go on top of these beads. 1. I'm sorry, on top of this wire. I don't know why I said on top of these beads. Because I'm just thickening this up a little bit. I'm gonna cut that piece off. And now I'm going on the back side and I'm crossing over, and I'm going to take that wire back across those beads. I'm just checking the other side to make sure that it looks neat on both sides. And you can see it crisscrossing. And now that I've gotten to the end, I'm going to take it right on top of my first wires and just thicken that up a little bit. And then I'm going to cut off on the back side. Again, I'm not trying to make the edges super neat, but I do tuck them in a little bit. Some people like their wire wraps to be super neat, and that's perfectly fine. Sometimes to get a tight wrap, I kind of like pull on the wire that's there until it snaps off. And then when it does, I know that the wire is tight. Okay. And that's all on the back side, so that the front side looks like that. Okay. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my buddy here. I'm going to put this earring back on, and I'm going to go over here to the front side, and I'm going to tighten those sides around the mandrel so that they come in closer together. And I want to make sure that they are both sitting up straight. So I'll go in and I'll look at it, push it. Uh-oh, I think I just did something wrong because I'm trying to look underneath the camera. I don't know if you make videos, but it's a task trying to do things underneath the camera. Okay. So then remember, this is a handmade design. So avoid the perfection trap. Please avoid it. People, when they come to your booth, if you sell at a booth, they look for the fact that it is handmade, and they look, you know, perfection is not an option when you're buying handmade items. It's just not an option. So they always come to find that, like, that organic feel, you know. And so this is where we are. This is the front side, so I'm making sure that this is all right. So that's how that is. Now what I did for the ear wire at the top, right? What I did for the ear wire at the top was I took a little piece of 20 gauge wire, and this is measured at about almost 2 inches, like 1 3/4. And then I took the same one-step looper. Went right to the very edge, just so that I can get a decent loop. I wanted my loops to be consistent, so that's why I use, that's why I use the one-step looper. Because when I tried to do it with my hands, what did I say about perfection? I didn't get it as clean as I wanted it to look. And so, you know, the one-step looper is really not made for 16 gauge wire. This is not, but it makes it look okay. So then I go to step number 7. I think this is 7. 7 or 8. No, I think it's 7. 7 on the mandrel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the mandrel. Oh. And then I use my flat nose plier just to turn up the end. And then I use my rounder, wire rounder, to clean that end up. Right, I want to clean that end up, and then I want this end to go a little bit. Look at it. Look what I did. I just realized that. Look at my loop. That's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be like that. I messed that loop up. Why did I do that? Stand by. I don't know if I got anxious or what. Okay, it's gonna take some finagling. This isn't the last time you have to try to do this. Now, I want to make sure that the cut ends are in the back of the earring. So this one is going to go on my left side because it's facing the hook is facing to the left. This one needs to go on this way because I want it to face on the right. So you have a distinct front and back, okay? The cut side is gonna go in the back, okay? So I want to make this hook up a little bit more so that when I stick it in, it's not hooked up enough. Hang on a second. Okay, so what I want to do with this is it just, for me right now, this is that pair of wire stuff. I'm going to hit it on my bench block just to work hard in it. That pair of wire is so soft that it can feel flimsy sometimes. So I really needed to tighten, strengthen it, but what it did was it jacked up my loop and made my loop less clean looking. Trying to get it to curve, like it's disturbed my my loop. Why do I keep, okay, I'm doing it right. Okay. Again, sorry. Back to where I was. Putting this on. is. There it is. This one seems like it. There. This pear wire. I usually use whatchamacallit wire. German style wire. So I am not the I don't want to say I'm not a fan of pear wire, because I do like pear wire. It's just really soft. So it takes some finagling. Okay, so this is the right side and that's the left side. So you can tell me what you think. How do you think they turned out? Do you think they turned out okay? This is with the Bead Obsession box. This box was called Blushing Amethyst. So I made some earrings. They're cute. They're cute. Cute, cute, cute. So if you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe, join my Facebook, come over there, talk to us, have fun with us. Make sure you catch our lives, BFF Lives, every other Saturday. I always have some really fun people on there who are just the loveliest people. This next week, November 15th, I'm going to have Jody Krantz on there with Chrissy. They're amazing people that you're going to want to get to know and be friends with. So come on over to that. And my favorite things are going to be in my description box. So a lot of the stuff that you see is there. If you are looking for something specific that you don't see in my description box, just let me know and I'll get it for you. But I hope you like these earrings. Until next time, happy beading.